Hello guys, it's Revolution. Basically what we're going to be doing today is a live stream where you get to ask me any questions. If any of you are in lockdown or in quarantine, you may be bored out of your mind. So I thought, why not have a Dragon Ball discussion? If you guys want to ask me any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Just by all means, ask away. Okay, I'm going to start the stream again because it doesn't look like it's connected. Oh, hello. Dr. Stone and hello Goran Lagangai. How are you guys doing? Hope you're well. I hope you're staying safe. And by the way, Dr. Stone is a fantastic anime, and I'm just in the process of watching Gurren Lagann again now. Well, I watched quite a few episodes of Gurren Lagann quite a while back, but I didn't get to finish it. But now I'm starting the process again. But if you have any questions about Dragon Ball, feel free to ask away. Okay, I'm not 100% sure if this stream's working. Let me just find out. Oh, okay. More people seem to be joining, so it must be working. Is this? Just let me know in the top chat, guys, whether or not um, you're hearing this correctly. Are you hearing me? Is there any problems? Because just on my side, it's being a bit iffy at the moment. I can't tell if it's my internet service or not. Goran Lagan guy says, "Shame, my friend. We will have much to discuss about Goran Lagan. Indeed, we will." And people can hear me. That's great. All right. So yeah, by any means, ask me any questions. If you've seen the Morrow, not seen, of course, you wouldn't. Well, you would have seen it, but if you've read the Morrow arc, um, personally, I think it's been fantastic so far. And if it was to ever be adapted into an anime, I think it would be the best anime arc that they've done so far. To be honest, in terms of the Dragon Ball anime, my favorite arc was probably the Future Trunks arc. I know it fell off a cliff at the end, but still, I'd probably say if the Moro arc can end well, then it's going to surpass even the Future Trunks arc. The Tournament of Power was very entertaining, but obviously it was pretty much a one level arc. Not It was mainly just fighting. It was all hype. It was all intense action. But it wasn't a deeper storyline other than Zeno was just going to erase everyone if they didn't make the right wish in the end. But yeah, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Gurren Lagann guy says, hypothetically speaking, if Beerus were to show up, what if 7-3 was somehow able to grab his neck? Could Morrow drain Beerus's energy? That's a good question. That you may have predicted what could happen there. I hadn't thought about that actually. 7-3 is obviously being safe as something else. So this is how we know that the oncoming battle between Goku, Vegeta, and Morrow, there's going to be something else to it because 7-3 is being deliberately saved. The Toyotaros took the opportunity to make sure he's safe for a future element in the narrative. So we're not even near the end. And this arc, I believe, is, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's either in the 16th or 18th chapter of this arc, which would make it one of the longest arcs. Incidentally, I have all the chapter arcs written here next to me. The Battle of Gods arc, obviously, that was a rewrite of the Dragon Ball Battle of Gods movie, but that was only 4 chapters. The Champa arc was chapter 5 to chapter 13. That was 8 to 9 chapters. Zamasu arc was 14 to 26. That's 13 chapters. Universal Survival arc was 27 to 42, or halfway through chapter 42. So 15, 16 chapters. We're in 16th chapter minimum in the Morrow arc, yet it's not finished. There's still far more to come. We're only just about entering what could be the final battle. There could be more. There actually could be more. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. But in terms of whether 7-3 could grab Beerus's neck, I absolutely believe that's plausible. It would make him incredibly strong, and it would literally nullify Beerus. I mean, 7-3 nullifies any character he absorbs. Not absorbs, sorry, steals their abilities or copies their abilities. So 7-3 is the ace in the hole for Moro, really. Because if Beerus does show up, or if Goku gets complete Ultra Instinct, I've got a feeling that 7-3 will copy complete Ultra Instinct, because Ultra Instinct will, if 7-3 can then use Ultra Instinct, it'll just cancel out Goku's Ultra Instinct, and 7-3 can hold it for 30 minutes, and it's going to be very debatable whether Goku can. I mean, in the Tournament of Power, he only held it for like 30 seconds. I mean, of course, it was an incredible ability to have, but it lasted 30 seconds. But could Moro drain Beerus's energy? I would imagine he could. Beerus should have life force, and that's mainly what Moro drains. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Moro should logically be catching up to Beerus already, if not surpassed him already. It's definitely going to be interesting. We should find out soon. I think we really need a Beerus comparison right now, because in the manga, Beerus was stated to be, well, he was shown to be stronger than the other Gods of Destructions in the Zen Exhibition, God of Destruction, Melee, but also in the chapter before, Beerus stated that Vegeta with complete Super Saiyan Blue could be a God of Destruction candidate for another universe. And then literally one chapter later, we find out that Toppo is a God of Destruction candidate for his universe. So Beerus is kind of implying that depending on your power level, you could be a candidate for a God of Destruction of another universe. But Toppo was only relevant to both complete Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. So it kind of implies that Beerus is pretty damn strong. Gogeta Blue says, "Hey Shane, can you do a what if Vegeta and Gogeta weren't fusions, but Goku and Vegeta's half brothers?" So you want me to do a what if on whether or not Goku and Vegeta are half brothers? Just correct me, make sure I've got that right. I think I've read that right. Sorry, every so often when you're doing a live stream, I'm trying to follow all these comments and they do move along quite quickly. What is your multiplier for Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God? Says Vexa, Vexa, or Wexa, Wexa. Super Saiyan God's a difficult one because the ritual Super Saiyan God and stacked Super Saiyan God seem to have different multipliers. Of course, in the manga, there doesn't seem to be a stacked Super Saiyan God. It just seems to have got rid of the Saiyan beyond God concept entirely. Ritual Super Saiyan God could be anything, really. It's hard to measure where that could be because it just made Goku astronomically stronger. The Super Saiyan God stacked, if we were to take Saiyan Beyond God for being an actual thing in the anime, then I lowball it. It's 2 times Super Saiyan 3, but that really is just me lowballing it because there isn't an answer. And obviously, anything above a lowball is theoretical. So I would say 2 times, but I imagine it's a lot more. In the manga, in the Future Trunks arc, when Future Trunks is fighting Goku as a Super Saiyan 2 and Goku Super Saiyan 3, he's matching Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but Goku quickly turns into Super Saiyan God and one-shots Super Saiyan 2 Trunks, who's matching Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So it kind of implies in the manga that Super Saiyan God it would be way more. I mean, you could knock someone out if you're 2 times more powerful than them, but I imagine it's way more. It kind of just implied that Trunks didn't even see it coming. He just got knocked out. But Super Saiyan 4, I mean, I did a video on it not too long ago that if you measure it with feats alone, I got a 400,000 times boost over Super Saiyan 3. Oh wait, hang on. I've not looked at Super Saiyan 4's multiplier for was it 400,000 times Super Saiyan 3 or was it 400,000 times base? I actually can't remember. I might need to touch upon the Super Saiyan 4 multipliers again because I've not looked at them for quite a while. And I believe I've grown as a power scale as well, so I might not come to the same conclusion. Incidentally, I released that video on the same day I got married 2 or 3 years ago. But I know other people have come to similar conclusions since, that it's hundreds of thousands of times stronger than what most people thought. But I'll look into that again. Maybe I'll cover that again. I'm intending to cover the fusion videos again this year. I know it's something that a lot of people do, but I kind of just think we get new information every year. There's still not a definitive answer on what's the stronger version of fusion out of Batara and Metamaran. And I think it's, maybe I'll even put 2020 on the end of the title, Vegito vs Gogeta, because it just seems to be a yearly update, really, rather than a definitive answer. Hi says, people are saying Broly would override Moro's absorption. Do you believe this? No, I don't. I don't think he would override Moro's absorption. I think Moro would use Broly like a battery pack. Broly doesn't have infinite growth with his um, adaptation growth. He is going to tire out at some point, especially if they cover it in the manga. It's a very similar transformation to Kale's Berserk. There was even a special that compared the two transformations. I know it's called Super Saiyan Full Power in the Broly movie, but you know, Toyo Toro is not going to change what Toriyama's written in the movie. And Kale's legendary transformation, it's pretty much the same thing. And if you can get away from their attacks, they do tire out eventually, even if they are growing in power. As you saw, the Universal 11 Warriors were just ducking all Kale's attacks, and she started to tire out. But no, I don't think Broly will be able to override Moro. I fully suspect that Moro will overtake Broly in power at some point. The comparison that we need is obviously Beerus, because Broly should scale with Beerus, because Toriyama wrote, using Goku as the tool, that Broly is equal to Beerus, if not stronger. But if we get a Beerus comparison with Goku, maybe his Ultra Instinct Omen, whether it's equal to Beerus, this would be Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 4 in the anime, I guess you could call it. If that's equal to Beerus, then, you know, and Moro defeats Ultra Instinct Omen like most people expect he will, at least in the end, then obviously that would make Moro already stronger, or, well, relative, if not stronger, than Broly. Oh, sorry, I nearly missed out. Dr. Stone. I was saying earlier, Dr. Stone is a brilliant anime. Make sure you check it out. Senku, is it Ishigami? Senku is a great character. I cannot wait for season 2 of that, and I'm about to start reading the manga as well. What if Goten got Super Saiyan God instead of Goku? Well, if it's from the ritual, I kind of feel like it may have just elevated him to a similar level of power. The only thing I would say is he may not have adapted to that power like Goku did against Beerus. So Beerus may not have been as impressed, because the reason Beerus spared everyone because he was impressed of how Goku handled the God power, if you understand me. So if Goten got it, he may have done childish things, etc., and may have ended up getting everyone destroyed. He may have obviously put up somewhat of a fight. I mean, we know how suppressed Beerus was now, but he may have put up somewhat of a fight like Goku did. But, you know, I think the power would have got to him. What is 7-3 for Broly or Jiren and grab their neck? Then I guess he would take their powers. At least that's what we're led to believe. Maybe there's going to be a limit put on 7-3 in the amount he can steal, but as of right now, I don't see that happening. I believe he's being saved for a purpose. So I believe he's either going to steal Vegeta's or Goku's power, or maybe somebody who interferes in the battle, maybe a Beerus. Given the special information we got with Frieza, I don't think Frieza is going to be involved in this battle at all anymore. Highly doubt Broly will. Could this arc go even further? Is this just a third act of the arc and we're going to get the fourth act where Moro goes into the multiverse? I'd love that, because I want this arc to continue further than what it's already doing. But I can't see any reason why he won't be able to copy Broly or Jiren's power. Wexo said if Goten got Super Saiyan God, that would be a waste. It would be interesting. It would be an interesting what if, but I think they'd all get destroyed because I don't think he'd be able to wield the power properly. Not Ripple. How would God Fusion Goku rank up against Re-Marvel and DC? What do you mean by Re-Marvel and DC? Dr. Stone says 7-3 loves grabbing necks. Yeah, he's got a bit of a fetish going on there, hasn't he? Gogeta Blue says, imagine a Broly Black and a Goku Black fusion. Well, you may have just predicted one of my what ifs coming up. Tomorrow I should be releasing What If Zamasu Stole Broly's Body. So keep an eye out for that. Kumo Kwezi Mashapa, I hope I pronounced your name right, says, do you believe that Gogeta Vegito could physically handle a Kaioken multiplier higher than 20 times, disregarding the diffusion from energy usage? I think they could use it, but I think they would only be able to use it for like 1 or 2 attacks. It's difficult now because obviously you have to look at Vegito's Potara fusion, and we saw the final Kamehameha pretty much burn out the fusion completely. And then obviously we have Metamaran fusion where Gogeta pretty much slaughtered Broly at the end, yet he didn't diffuse due to overusing power, but he only used a Kamehameha. The information we kind of need to know is whether Potara still lasts as long as Metamaran fusion, because obviously in the boost arc it was stated to last longer, but we know that that got changed in the Future Trunks arc. But does it still last? Does it still have a limit of power it can handle compared to Metamaran fusion? That's a question that still needs answering, I guess. Because based on the movie, it would appear that Gogeta lasts longer, because technically Gogeta should be stronger than Vegito Blue from that particular arc. Or maybe, and people won't like me saying this, but maybe it's possible that whilst Vegito Blue wasn't stronger than Gogeta Blue, that his final Kamehameha amped his power so much that it went beyond it, but only for that attack. Of course, if he uses attacks like that, then he's just going to burn out and lose to whoever he's fighting anyway. But obviously, those 2 moves amp power incredibly. The Kamehameha was seen amp Goku's power by 2 times or more, multiple times. The final flash is even more powerful than the Kamehameha. Merge those 2 attacks together, that attack could be, I don't know, 5 to 10 times of an amp. I mean, that's not an official number, guys. Don't take it with a pinch of salt. Well, take it with a pinch of salt, but you know, this is what I'm trying to get people to understand, is that that attack in its amp would have been huge. Wexo says, thank you for answering me. No worries. I'm glad I can answer you. The Gurren Lagann guy, what if Majin Buu absorbs 7-3? Going to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would happen there, because Majin Buu does steal other people's powers, but do you think he would get those 3 little glass things on the front of his head where you can see the power is stolen? That's interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know how to answer that, but I imagine it would add 7-3's power to his. But would he be able to force 7-3 to use a certain power and add it to his? For example, if 7-3 absorbed, I keep using the word absorbed just because of my video yesterday. If 7-3 stole Jiren's power per se, and then Majin Buu absorbed 7-3 whilst he was using, I don't know, Piccolo's power, could Majin Buu force 7-3 to use Jiren's power so it added on top of his power? It's a lot of ways you can go with that. Wexo, do you agree with Potara being A times B thing? No, I think that I used to agree with that, and that's what I've been talking about. If you go back to the early times of my channel, I used to advocate that because that's what the Super Exciting Guide said. Herms put out a brilliant post on Twitter last year or the year before concerning all the sources regarding fusion, and they basically balanced to just the same. And in the Super Exciting Guides, which is it's not very well known, but the Super Exciting Guide said pretty much that whilst they didn't say A times B, they also said that Metamaran fusion is also multiplication. So it kind of implied that it was the same thing. But obviously the A times B thing is quite famous in the Dragon Ball community, whereas the Metamaran fusion statement isn't. I'll try and put that in my 2020 Fusion Gogeta vs Vegito video. But I think I have put it in a video before, but I can't remember which one. I've lost track of all my own videos, to be honest. AJ Morningstar. Dark Spine Sonic vs Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Um, Probably go Dark Spine Sonic. I'm not going to lie, I didn't even know that you were married. Yes, I am. I am. 3 years now. Kumo Kwezi Mashapa, Dr. Stone, that comment. Wait, not sure which comment he's referring to. Hakai Shin Crypto Proctor, I hope I pronounced that right. Gogeta isn't stronger than Broly. Why do you believe that? Because he whooped him, basically. He absolutely smoked Broly. I don't know how you can possibly think that Broly wasn't stronger than Gogeta Blue. The guy, Broly got spun big time. He absolutely got murked. In fact, there was a moment where Broly was literally just looking at Gogeta like, what the hell have I done? Why have I got into a fight with this guy? The Gurren Lagann guy. I think that after Vegeta finishes his training on Yarjat, he should gain 2 other movies. Oh, moves, I'm guessing you're saying Kaioken in the ultimate form. Yeah, I don't think Kaioken's that useful of a technique, to be honest. I think it's kind of been ushered out. I think the anime overused it as well. I've said on Twitter before that I think Kaioken really ruined the scaling in the anime, and I think the manga did it better by switching between God and Blue. It gave us that bridge between Blue and God better than the anime did, and the power just also makes a lot more sense when you consider that other characters are catching them up somehow who shouldn't have been anywhere near them. When if you're timesing Blue by 20 times, you know, it's really difficult to understand that a character like 17 is at Blue level when Blue took Goku so long to get to, yet there's other characters that are matching Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. It's just, I don't know. I probably didn't make a lot of sense there because I'm off the cuff here, but I'm not a massive fan of Kaioken. It looked cool. The moment against Hit was cool, but then afterwards it just ruined the scaling for me. The ultimate form, I don't know why Goku and Vegeta didn't learn the ultimate form before the Tournament of Power. If you remember rightly, Vegeta was in the Room of Spirit and Time. So when when the older Kai was like, I can't teach you this, it's going to take too long, we've run out of time. All he had to do was go and find Vegeta in the Room of Spirit and Time. Vegeta would have been stupidly strong. AJ Morningstar, you should see Fairy Tail. Okay, I'll check it out if I get time. Anime Belmod versus Anime UI Omen Phase 3. With Belmod, it's difficult because in episode 110, there's 2 ways of thinking. Some people think that Jiren during the Genki Dama struggle, that was when his power rose to the level that surpassed Belmod because of Shin's and Whis' comments. Some other people believe that they were just referring to his potential full power and that he hadn't surpassed Belmod yet. What do I think on this particular matter? I mean, I wouldn't say it's a complete 100% cert, but I believe they were referring to Jiren's power at that time because they were making an assessment off of what they've seen, and what they were seeing was also what surpassed Merge Zamasu. So I believe that they surpassed Belmod in episode 110, but of course there's the whole idea that Belmod's stronger than Beerus in the anime. He certainly isn't in the manga, but a lot of people think he is in the anime. It's hard to disprove because of that whole arm wrestle ordeal, but I don't believe he is. I believe that Toyo Toro's a high source concerning the Gods of Destructions, considering he worked hand in hand, not hand in hand, but you know what I mean, with Toriyama on the God of Destruction designs. But Omen Phase 3, obviously, if Omen Phase 3 is Goku, that version of Goku is far stronger than even Omen Phase 1. And if Omen Phase 1 surpassed the amount of power Jiren was using during that Genki Dama struggle, then obviously Omen Phase 3 should win. But if it's referring to Jiren's full power, like I mentioned earlier, then maybe Belmod's of that level. I guess we'll find out. What we need is the manga to tell us where Beerus truly lies amongst everybody. Gogeta Blue. Sorry, it's just skipped a little bit. Let me try and find out where I was. Gogeta Blue says, how would you react if Super Saiyan 4 becomes canon? I don't know really. I kind of want them to go away from transformations, new transformations a little bit. I would like them to go on a bit of a spree of learning techniques, like Vegeta's doing, because I think they've relied on transformations too much a little in the narrative lately. I would prefer they went for new techniques and learn new abilities, because Goku used to learn a lot of new abilities and techniques in Dragon Ball. He even learnt some in the Saiyan saga and on Namek, but since then he hasn't really learnt a lot. It's just been, oh, I need to get a new transformation. I need to get a new transformation. So I don't want to see a new transformation anytime soon. It doesn't mean I don't want to see one ever again, but not anytime soon. But I can't see why not. I think the Uzaru line of transformations of Broly's probably going to get them rather than Goku or Vegeta now, considering that Ikari form was supposed to be the Uzaru's power inside a normal sized body. Rune King 4 vs Chaos War Hercules. I don't really know much about Chaos War Hercules, to be honest, so I can't answer that. Wexa, could you please make a What If Beerus dreamt of Legendary Super Saiyan and made a mini series about? That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. 7-3. I just got some neck. Oh, I think that's what somebody else was referring to. CBR made a video about My Hero Academia characters Goku could defeat. What? But why? Why would they make that video? I mean, in terms of My Hero Academia, I've only seen up to episode 52. I know a lot of people rave about it. I think it's a good show, but I'm not massive on it, if you understand me. But it's a good program. I'm not saying it doesn't get better either. I will watch it again at some point, but I'm in no rush to go back to it. But from my understanding from episode 50, we're looking at town level characters as far as I can remember. I mean, I haven't really truly scaled that show because, like I said, I was enjoying it, but I wasn't massively into it. I didn't feel the need to scale it because I wasn't seeing anything special. But that's strange. Am I missing something there? XIC777 says, Sup, how are you doing? AJ Morningstar, he would solo the whole verse. Oh, I'm guessing you're talking about My Hero Academia. Yeah. In the Saiyan Saga. Mosin Raymond, hope I pronounced that right. Vegeta is left behind miles compared to Goku. Now Goku finally mastering UI, do you really think Vegeta can keep up? Or can he surpass Jiren and Broly? Well, think of this spirit control power he's got. He was completely surprised by the amount of power he's got. Even Moro sensed him from far away and said Vegeta's gotten a lot stronger. And obviously he's been training even further since then. So I think Vegeta's going to be very strong when he comes back. And there's some rough sketches of Vegeta watching Ultra Instinct Omen Goku versus Moro. It looks like Omen goes whacking Moro quite a bit in this sketch. It's just one page, so it's hard to tell exactly what's going on. But Vegeta's watching it with a smirk and a smile. It's like he knows he's now the strongest. Obviously, this is just guesswork from me, but I fully imagine that Omen Goku in Chapter 59 will get the better of Moro. Moro will figure out a way to beat it with magic or power, and then Vegeta will step in, and Vegeta will probably be shown stronger. And then 7-3 will probably come back and steal somebody's powers. But the problem with the likes of Jiren and Broly is obviously Jiren and Broly are off on their own journey. Obviously, we won't get to see their journey, but I imagine in Universe 11 now, since the Tournament of Power, Jiren's been training. Goku's likely motivated Jiren to take his training further. So the next time we see Jiren, he'll be a lot stronger. And obviously, Broly, look how strong he got in one movie. He's going to keep getting stronger as well. Hopefully, we get to see Goku go and train with him at some point. So Vegeta will at some point surpass Jiren and Broly. If Vegeta surpasses Ultra Instinct Omen that we see against Moro, then he may have surpassed Jiren already and possibly Broly. Depending, like I said, with Broly, it depends where they scale the moving goalpost Beerus. if they keep moving them up, Broly scales with Beerus. But if they don't, then you know, if Beerus is weaker than we thought, and Ultra Instinct Omen Goku has already surpassed him, then obviously that means he would have also surpassed Broly. If you get what I'm saying, Broly and Vegito Blue from the Future Trunks arc both scale with Beerus. Okay, I'm going to do 5 more minutes because my voice is starting to go. But I'll try and do these quite a bit. If you're all in quarantine, hope you're all staying safe. Keep your distance from people, and try and use this time if you are in quarantine to work on yourself and become stronger. Do the Dragon Ball thing. Okay, so hey, you think that they would bring Cumber to the canon DBZ, and what is his story? I hope not. I'm not a massive fan of the Dragon Ball hero story. They brought Cumber in as this big bad strong guy, and then literally ditched him within a few episodes. He didn't have that much character. I mean, he was cool for a few episodes of it. It was vaguely entertaining, but I don't know. I think they'll go more if they do bring back Saiyan history. They'll probably bring Yamoshi into it or somebody like that now, and bring the past of the Saiyans back. I was reading something interesting earlier. I was reading the GT Perfect files. In the GT Perfect files, I think there was a little thing that said originally the Saiyans were all. It's theorized that originally all the Saiyans were originally Uzaru before they evolved into a normal human-like form, which would be interesting. I don't know if they'll ever take that up, but it would be interesting. What if Piccolo unlocks another power from the Dragon Ball using the Namekian ritual, like how Goku got God from the ritual? Yeah, I think everybody wants to see Piccolo get a power up now. He's the only guy that still trains like Goku and Vegeta, yet gets no power ups for it. For some reason, that they don't want to give him any plot-induced power ups. I really wish they would. But yeah, I think Piccolo getting God Key would be a really cool concept. I don't see why not. I mean, given how it's portrayed in the anime, learning God Key is almost like a technique to keep all your ki within the confines of your body. So I don't see why Piccolo couldn't learn that if he went to train with somebody like Whis. But using the Dragon Ball, sure, they could easily go for the Namekian law and, find a way to grant Piccolo an extra power up, or maybe even bring Zalama into it. Obviously, the Namekians and the Dragon Balls pretty much go hand in hand throughout history. So maybe Zalama had some history with Namek. There's loads of ways they could take it. Vegeta Lover 92 says 17 isn't blue level though. How to answer that? So in the manga, definitely not. But Goku and Vegeta say that he's close to them in the manga. So there's that. So where would I say he's in the manga? He handled Super Saiyan 3 easily, and if he's close to completed Goku Blue and completed Vegeta Blue in power, then he's not far off blue level in the manga either. Actually, in the anime, there was episode 88 where Goku Blue shot it was episode 86, I believe. Goku Blue shot a Kamehameha at him, and 17 just blocked it. Then 17 also was able to, fight. Toppo was getting the better of him, but Toppo had to power up against 17 to knock him out. You know how Toppo powered up in the Zen exhibition match to fight against Blue Kaioken times 10 Goku. Toppo had to use that kind of power to eliminate Android 17 from the arena. So there's that feat. Obviously 17 was doing quite well against Jiren. Obviously Jiren massively outpowered 17. But 17 almost seemed to be fighting not too far off what Goku and Vegeta were doing. With 17, it is iffy where he lies, because obviously as the tournament power wore on, 17's key levels were still at the same level. With androids, you can injure them, and it does deplete how they use their energy, but they don't drain in energy, if you understand what I mean. Urban Pie says, hi Urban Pie. Gogeta Blue says, who here wants Piccolo to achieve a god form to become important again? I think most people do. I think even people that aren't necessarily big fans of him now are just starting to feel sorry for him. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'll just go and read a few more questions, and then I'll leave it today. I will do more of these live streams um, over the next few weeks. I can't see in the UK. I can't see any time in the future that's been set for when we come out of quarantine. So I'm literally at home doing nothing, making videos. You probably wondered why more and more videos are coming out recently. It's because I've got so much time on my hands. Okay, I've lost where I was, so I do apologise if I've missed your question. Save it for another live stream. I'll read the last 5 comments. Okay, Super Saiyan Rainbow. The reason he didn't go straight into God against Broly is because he was warming up. Their bases in the movie are still same similar. Oh, I'm guessing you're talking about in the movie when Goku seemed to do better against Broly in his base and Super Saiyan than Vegeta did. Yeah, I think that was just for the sake of showing all Goku's forms. Um, Goku didn't actually do anything of significance or do anything definite with those forms. He basically just got beat up in base, then got beat up in Super Saiyan. Um, so I wouldn't read too much into that because eventually they're kind of shown as equals when they're both firing their Kamehameha and Gallic Gun. Because if Vegeta is thousands of times weaker than Goku, that Gallic Gun would literally have been useless. He wouldn't have even needed to step in to help Goku because he would have made no difference whatsoever. Hey Shane, have you seen the Delito Blue meme? I have seen that. I think somebody used it on one of my Twitter posts actually. They tried to tell me to delete it by using the Delito Blue meme. It's funny. Um, okay, Ramanish Gutta. Not to mention his infinite stamina and energy reserves, besides his Super Saiyan Blue stats. Yeah, 17's great. 17 is one of my favourite characters. All of his abilities are pretty unique as well. My voice is starting to go now, so I better wrap this up. But 17 obviously has a certain level of power, even if it's at God. If he's lasting 5 minutes at God levels of power and he's fighting against, say, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, after 5 minutes, Goku's going to be pretty worn down. I mean, in the manga of Dragon Ball Super, they kind of talk about stamina more against hit. And if you remember rightly, Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue was only relative to Goku's Super Saiyan God because Vegeta had used Super Saiyan Blue. He'd either used it multiple times or had just used it for too long at a point where they weren't used to the forms. So clearly you can see, even though he's still using Super Saiyan Blue, his power isn't what it was because it was depleting. So just because the character uses Super Saiyan Blue in minute 1 and then uses it 10 minutes later again doesn't necessarily mean that that Super Saiyan Blue in the 10th minute is as strong as Super Saiyan Blue in the first minute. Because stamina, they all have stamina. The only one that you can say that doesn't particularly have stamina is Android 17 and Android 18. And I guess you could say 7.3 now as well. I guess you could say Morrow, because if Morrow is draining your energy, he's actually just getting stronger. He's not draining one bit. But back to the androids. Oh, and Boo as well. So there's quite a lot of characters that have pretty much infinite stamina. Boo has infinite stamina if he isn't getting beaten up by somebody that's just as strong as him, or much stronger than him. For example, Kid Boo. Goku gets hitting him with all of his attacks in the Boo saga. Even though Goku stated that he could destroy him, Boo's key levels were remaining the same, whilst Goku's energy was just going down. Anyway, I've gone off a tangent. Hey, there's a Lucid Twin. I'm just about to go, mate. But yeah, back to what I was saying. With 17, obviously, the longer the fight goes on against 17, the more you're in trouble. Okay, so one last comment. Do you think Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 3 Gogeta could defeat Full Power Super Saiyan Broly, Awakened Jiren, and MUI Goku all at the same time? If not, then what level do you think he could pull that off at? Broly and Jiren, sure. I believe he would be able to do both of those at Kaioken times 3. Ultra Instinct Goku might be a problem because he most likely dodged their attack. Because, like I've said in my videos before, it's not that I don't think Ultra Instinct Goku can't fight against Gogeta. I just believe Gogeta has more raw power, but at the same time, right, how to word this? So, Ultra Instinct Goku has superior speed because of mastery of self movement. So he'd be able to dodge the attack, and if Gogeta uses Kaioken times 3 on top of Blue, he's going to burn out of the fusion energy quite quickly. Maybe even quicker than Mastered Ultra Instinct lasts, because it's Kaioken is especially draining. It's even more draining than the transformations are. So um, Broly and Jiren, sure, we already know he's too strong for Broly. Depending on what level you think Jiren's at, if you only think Jiren's at Broly level or even a little bit stronger, of course Gogeta is going to be able to take them out. The level of power Ultra Instinct Goku's at, he'd be able to take him out as well if he can hit him, but that's if he can hit him. But when you factor in mastery of self movement, can Gogeta hit Ultra Instinct Goku? That's the question. Um, Given that Gogeta's the mind of Goku and Vegeta merged together and brought out to their maximum, I believe he'd probably find a way. But obviously, it's a hypothetical situation. Okay, that's going to be all for this particular session. But like I said, I'll create more sessions. I'm sorry if I've not been able to answer your questions. I didn't expect so many people to be in here. The questions do come thick and fast, and I've not been able to keep up, unfortunately. But thank you, and I'll see you all soon.